This is my morning taking care of Larry the cow. Heaven's 3.5-year-old semi-Angus who has a horrific infection in her head. But thankfully it's not raining. Everything, however, is wet, so that's gonna make making Larry's salads a little bit more complicated. This is the field where Larry came from, so that is where I go and mow her grass at to bring her back and feed her. This is my first bag full, 14 pounds. The lawnmower bag itself weighs 4 pounds, so that puts us at 10 pounds right now. Grain that she gets each day that we mix her medicine crumbles in, the Aramycin, weighs about 6 pounds, so that puts us at 16. Some days she will get 10 pounds of corn mixed in with that, but today we don't have it. If we wanted Larry to stay at her weight of 900 pounds, which we do not, that means we would be aiming for about 24 pounds a day to feed her, but we want her to gain. At her ideal weight of 12 to 1,300 pounds, we would be aiming for around 30 pounds. Now, I have a goal of 28 to 30 pounds per day for Larry. Means I need about another 1.5 bags of grass to feed Larry. So right now though, since we've got our breakfast ready, we're gonna go ahead and mix up the flush to flush out our drains. For this, we use chlorhexidine. Chlorhexidine is also what we use to sanitize the shears that we use on the sheep's hooves. It's really good stuff. But for flushing the drains, we heavily dilute it at a ratio of 1 tablespoon chlorhexidine to 1 gallon of water. Typically, I use about 16 ounces at a time to flush her drain. That's all it takes to get the infection that is present out. There's still a lot in her face. Just use this 2-ounce syringe. The tip of it, when we first started, was kind of sharp and pointy, and I hated that, so I took a nail file and I just filed it down to where it's way smoother and more rounded on the end, because I just want to make it as easy as possible for her. Larry is a good girl, and she's pretty gentle to get up most of the time. But as you saw in my video, like 2 videos ago, she can land a kick right there. A lot of you ask where she got me. That's where she got me, but we're good. A couple things I want to do before I bring her up. I want to definitely close the front of this head catch to where her head can come through, but not her body. And then we're going to open up the back part where she can get through there. We're going to swing this gate around so it can come straight down the lane, funnel up through here, and that'll lead her through the cattle. Whoops. Cattle. These Crocs are never going to be the same. That'll lead her through the cattle run, straight into the head chute. Hey, Larry. You ready? Okay, girl. Right around and usually take herself right into the cattle chute. She's learned now that it does make her feel better, so she doesn't resist much. She'll go on around and you'll hear her go through here. Right on through she goes. Close this behind her in case she changes her mind so that she can't back up. For this part, if you are squeamish or sensitive to the subject, please don't watch this. But with Larry's severe infection that she has in her head, you can hear her breathing. It's a little noisy. They did have to drill 2 holes into her nasal cavity. It's a very soft band that ties through those 2 holes in order to keep it open so it can continue to drain. But the drain does need a little help, so twice a day, I flush that drain with the chlorhexidine mixture. We're gonna make Larry's treat, which is actually about 6 pounds of grain and 4 ounces of the Aramycin crumbles. So Larry will get half right now and the other half tonight after I flush her. Tonight with her after flushing treat, she's also going to get meloxicam. The meloxicam is an anti-inflammatory. It helps with the inflammation and also the pain, but is not as hard on her kidneys as Banamine, which can also be overused. This is Larry's favorite part of the day, which makes it my favorite part too. Larry, did you sneak back in there? Come on, girl. She likes me to get out of the way first. I don't blame her. I brought your salad. It's right there. Go look. And this, my friends, is the face of happiness. It makes it all worth it. Got a long road to go, but we're gonna get her there.